What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Nina, and today it is almost time for Valentine's Day, and we are talking about what? Dating. Yeah, but not just any kind of dating. We're talking about the top 10 things that I wish I knew before I started dating. You know, like red flags, falling in love and how sex factors into that, the mistakes that we've made or that I've made. And we're also going to throw in just a little bit of story time. You know, the average tomfoolery. And this video is an extension of a video I did months ago on the top TMI dating advice that I wish I had known a long time ago. Those things that really help us to stop making the mistakes and hold ourselves accountable for our dating traditions and practice. And I hope you guys will join in the discussion and let us know some of the things that have helped you to get to where you want to go or has thrown you off your path. Because one of the best things we can do for ourselves is share some of these stories so some of us stay out of the hot seat and stop making the same mistakes and decisions. So let's get into some definitions, shall we? Dating means that you're going on dates. You're getting out there. You're getting to know people. You're becoming kind of a social butterfly and enjoying the company of perhaps many. Dating someone, on the other hand, is getting out there but also seeing someone with purpose and intention. You're probably focusing most of your attention on that one person. The difference between dating, hooking up, having fun, hanging out, you know, Netflix and chilling, is really purpose and intention. Keep in mind that dating, just regular old dating, is usually not exclusive. But it doesn't mean that it can't turn into being exclusive. So let's get into this discussion. I hope you guys will leave your comments down below. And any items that I mentioned today can be found down below in the description box. And y'all, don't forget to thumbs up this video if you like it, comment, share, and subscribe. And also click on those notification bells so you can know when I upload on Thursdays and Sundays. Make sure you also check out my Now That's Life podcast, which is now live. And you can check it out on all your major podcasting platforms. Links to my podcast can be found down below in the information section. Now, before I talk about dating, I always give this tip. Make sure that you're praying over yourself, the people you come encounter with, and make sure that God removes or keeps anyone that should be in your life or removes the ones that need to go, and quickly. You also want to pray over your dating practices. Make sure that you're getting better, getting stronger, getting to know yourself, knowing your worth, so that you treat yourself better, especially in the eyes of others. Remember, people learn how to treat you by the way you treat yourself. Also, pray that God protects you in any foolishness or foolish acts you find yourself in. And while you're doing that, make sure that you're seeking out therapy, especially for unresolved issues, problems that you have with yourself, problems that you've encountered in your past, and any trauma that you need to let go of in order for you to be productive in the dating pool. So one of the first things is it's okay to go to the movies by yourself, treat yourself, enjoy concerts, parks, and events, and do fun things on your own, honey. Do something that gives you joy. Look, y'all, I used to be so afraid to be seen by myself or go somewhere by myself or just enjoy something on my own, that doing some things by yourself is actually okay. Have you ever had people tell you they feel like they lost themselves in a relationship or in their children or in other things or in other people? It's really nice to compromise, but you gotta have some things of your own. Even with treats and doing what you like, it's absolutely essential. And by having that, you actually learn how to treat others. You'll have something to share with them. You'll miss them. You will have something to talk to them about. If y'all always together in each other's face, or you're only looking for people to spend time with instead of getting to know yourself, you really won't have a whole lot of luck of teaching others how to treat you, will you? As y'all can see from my videos, I love giving back to myself, but it's also taught me how to treat others. And that's why I'm so happy that I partnered with Baked by Melissa to bring you guys today's video. Baked by Melissa is a New York City-based brand that is known for its signature cupcakes and treats. Melissa Benachet is a founder, a mom, and also a baker. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. If you want to send yourself or someone you love something special and creative, Baked by Melissa is an amazing option. They offer 1 and 2 day shipping nationwide. But remember, if you're interested, you want to make sure you get your orders in by February 12th at 2 p.m. Eastern so that they get there in time for your Valentine. Y'all, the treats are super adorable and delicious. They're perfectly bite-sized so that you can have them in every flavor and you won't feel guilty, and you definitely will want to try all the flavors. And just in time for Valentine's Day, choose from white chocolate, cookies and cream, red velvet, milk chocolate, dulce de leche, and more. Plus there's vegan and gluten-free options as well. Y'all, my favorite was the red velvet. It was so delicious, Bae even had to try them. This Valentine's Day, send your loved ones or yourself the perfect gift, Baked by Melissa. Go to bakedbymelissa.com and use my code Dr. Nina for 15% off your order. Y'all, the next one might sting just a little bit, but you want to make sure that you are date-worthy material. I always ask myself this question, and it would certainly hurt when I would ask, would you want to date you? People want the world of everybody else, but they expect very little from themselves. You gonna get what you put out there, so if you putting out crap, you gonna get crap back. And you all tell me that the life that I live, it just seems like it's so much going on, and you're right, it really is. But I have to invest in myself because I can't expect for anybody to invest in me the way that I want them to if I'm not taking care of myself. So you see me engaging in skincare, working out. Again, working out. If I want my body, if I want somebody else's body to look good, I definitely need my body to be together, right? Or my definition of together. Have my confidence up to speed. Make sure that I'm worldly and know a lot about the world, that I travel, that I do cool things, that I educate myself, go to museums, that I have good professional development, that I have relationships, that I have friendships. All of that stuff matters. It's great to be treated well, especially when you treat yourself well yourself. Guess what? When you treat yourself well, you'll expect that from someone else, and you won't take anything less than, because you're not going to downgrade if you already an upgrade, boo-boo. People often learn how to treat you by the way you treat yourself. So what story are you telling without saying a word? So this next one, I need you to come closer. Come to the monitor, come to your phone. I want you to hear me loud and clear. If a man or woman tells you that they're too stupid, too dumb, too selfish, too foolish, too insert BS here, you take their word for it. We have to stop trying to prove ourselves to people who tell us they are not worthy of us. I mean, they literally tell us. Even if it is low self-esteem talking, honey, you and all the self-help books you got in the world are not going to fix them. And it might be just a cop-out way of saying, I'm just not feeling it. Let's be honest, if that person suffers from low self-esteem or other things, they're probably not going to be great decision makers. So letting you go, especially if they know that you're a good catch, but somehow they know they don't belong, they're not going to do it. You gonna have to make that decision, and it's okay. So I'm gonna tell you here that I used to be with someone in the past who would always tell me they was too something for me. Not only that, would they also go in and tell me how I was too something for them. And those things started to be resentment. So it would be, you're too smart, you're too great, you're too amazing for me. Then those same things would turn into backhand smacks and backhand compliments, like, you're too great and I know you're too proud of yourself, or you're too well dressed and you take too much care of yourself. Like, where they do that at? Who say that? And I would sit up and be like, oh no, you're great, you're amazing, you're such a wonderful person. They might not be, and they might just be telling you, okay? And I had to smack myself and think, not literally smack myself, but I had to really come to terms with the fact that I was trying to build on somebody more than they were building on themselves, and certainly more than they were building on me. And I was no longer willing to take that. And if someone is telling you what you are too much of and what they are too little of, honey, the math adds up. You're gonna end up at zero real quick, and you're gonna find yourself right at the same level as them. So fix it now. If they telling you what they ain't and they telling you what you are, take it and leave it. The next thing is to not only state your standards, but show your standards and make them plain. Now look, boo, I'm from St. Louis. That's in the show me state of Missouri. We believe in showing better than we can tell. I'm from Memphis too, okay? Look, if you say you want to be treated like a lady, but you live like a dirtbag, then you're going to be treated like, you guessed it, a dirtbag. If you say you care about your learning, your femininity, your standards of living, then live that, show that, be that, give that example. If you say you love the Lord, go to church, read the Bible, pray. Treat people well. Live the life you talking about. You get the picture. A first date is only a small qualifier for your hand in life and for your hand in marriage, possibly. Let people show you how they value you and their own values by them coming up to your standards, but also by you living by those standards, holding yourself accountable and doing the things you need that are necessary in order to get the treatment that you want. Show better than you tell. Now, y'all, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Date multiple people, or as I call it, get that lineup game strong. And I ain't talking about on the back of your neck on your edges. We talking about getting that lineup together, that little black book. I know that this may not work for everyone, but I will say that my life changed after doing this. When I stopped dating just to pour myself into one person or just to quickly fall into something with someone because they liked me, because they were nice, because they were cool, they were sweet, whatever. I started to see people for exactly who they were. I was less pressed to make stuff work with people that were not for me. I would get mad when I ended up with bogus Bill and busted Benny, but I was the one who put myself in that predicament because I would only focus on them from the beginning. It's uncomfortable at first, and I'm not even saying try it forever. I'm not saying date 9 people forever, but I definitely think that if you try to prioritize your time, work with dating different people, it teaches you your likes, your dislikes, your values, who you like, who you're attracted to, who gets you going, who you think is cool, who is really into things that you enjoy, seeing people for how they are. And also, it's a good gauge of their character as well. I was quickly able to move on from situations where people would cause me to cry or lie to me or do silly stuff or play with my time. You know why? Because my time was full. I had a calendar and people had to get on it. And they knew if they didn't get on, they would get off real quick because I had a lineup ready and their position was up for grabs. And you can do this respectfully so. So instead of you falling into a lineup, you can build your own, and it can be done really suave-esque like. So remember how I talked about that character, how that plays in. I learned that I could tell people from the beginning of dating that I was dating several people. I was natural to go into the conversation. I wasn't just announcing it. But if they asked me if I was dating other people, instead of lying like we've been taught, I don't know why we lie. And men do it all the time too. But I always appreciated and felt better when somebody told me where I was in the playing field. So I do the same, or did the same, for people when I was dating. I was really open and honest and cherished that moment. And I got to see their character too. If they got really angry at that and they just had a first date with me, something's wrong with that. If we're talking about that and you saying that I should just be pouring myself into you, somehow I think that might be factoring into some narcissistic characteristics. And I ain't even gonna go there with narcissism. We got a whole nother video on that. But I really knew that either they had a whole problem with a woman telling them the truth, they were mad that a woman had certain things that she would engage in, or maybe they were even sexist because they believed that they should be able to date all the colors of the rainbow, all the different people that they wanted to, and I shouldn't. And I really didn't want to play with nobody like that because honestly, I should be one of your top in your lineup, just like I would want to fight to be, or for them to not fight, but you know what I mean, nicely engage in a little bit of competition to be at the top of my list if they wanted to be. But if they didn't want to, they quickly fell off. And that helped me to know where I should place my focus. So get you a lineup. And y'all, that leads me into this. Nice people can be serial killers, psychopaths, narcissists, as well as grand manipulators. What I mean is, stop being so hard up for attention that you welcome chaos into your life. Sometimes we think we owe people so much just because they nice to us. You are a human being and you deserve respect. So they should be nice to you just as you would treat them as a human being. So stop giving brownie points, and worse yet, your body, mind, soul, spirit, and your body crevices, you know what I'm talking about, to these simply nice people who might be quietly hiding some things that could harm or endanger you. Next, make it a point to know your worth and don't come down on the price. If you don't go into the dating world knowing your wants, desires, and needs, you're just going to find yourself in a toxic relationship. I've done that. When I was younger in a particularly unhealthy relationship, I found myself trying to hold on even though I knew I would be 100% better off on my own. And y'all see me getting a little emotional because that's real. Some of us hold on to that because we think that's all we can get. And I cannot believe I was ever that low in my life. And hear this hard truth. The problem was only partly who I decided to date. And the problem, if you're finding yourself in the same place, is only partly who you are deciding to date. The other part is the fact that you're not willing to stand up for yourself and walk away when the situations call for it. When you love yourself, you'll avoid negative relationships that only leave you saddled with a lot of baggage that's going to take you years to work off and to get therapy for, and may even ruin your chances at a good and healthy relationship in the future. So y'all, this is a big one, but not every great person for you in your life is going to ignite your fire engine. Instant fireworks are not always the best thing. Yes, there should be an attraction. However, a lot of those fireworks and those fake pops and fizzles and things like that happen all in the beginning sometimes come back and pop you in your you know what. That type of attraction, that strong fire love, that hot like fire, you know, taking it back to Aaliyah, could definitely make you find yourself in an impulsive place, making bad decisions. The sex can be so mind-blowing that it throws you off track. I mean, work, school, home, nothing even matters. And hell, you might not even remember you got a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Those emotions are strong. And it's usually not love, it's lust. And soon it will fizzle and pop. Y'all, this next one is a lesson in itself. Let go of taking rejection so personally. And I'm saying that to my younger self, okay? Not everyone will want to date you. I got a surprise for you. You won't want to date everyone either. If someone starts ghosting you or stops talking to you or leaves you on red, as you young folks like to say, then move along, honey. Stop thinking, is it something you did? Or stop thinking, what's wrong with me? You're gonna meet people you're just not compatible with. This world is full of them. Every wrong person that you date can eventually lead you to someone that is so much more right. So don't keep wasting your breath or energy if it's not right. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I was the type, you know, if you like to see, or you can see how I am, I'm witty, I'm fun, I like to talk, I like to banter things out. And not even because I wanted the people, what I would find is I just wanted an answer, like what happened. And I haven't been ghosted much, that's not what I'm saying. However, I have fallen into situations where it's like, you know, the communication was choppy, you know, oh, I tried to call you but you didn't answer, it went straight to voicemail. That's all bullish. It doesn't happen all day long, you know. So if somebody starts doing you like that, you don't have to go for an explanation, especially if they're not your husband, your wife, someone you got to be tied to for the rest of your life. If you ain't got a kid with them, you ain't got to worry about them calling you back. Honey, you don't have to worry about calling my phone no more. And a lot of them would be very shocked and surprised when I got used to the block button. That block capability is amazing. Block and blockety block. If you continue to play with me and continue to play with my time, because my time is valuable and precious and I can't get that back, then guess what? You won't get my voice back. And that's nothing personal. Rejection is a must. It happens. Oh, and y'all, about those body crevices I brought up earlier, you know. Talking about sex is a must, even if you ain't having it. Now, y'all know I don't shy away from telling you guys I was raised Church of God in Christ and Pentecostal. And in my household, while it was open for you to go to the doctor, to request certain things, or to even talk a little bit about sex, we wasn't talking about it all day long. And I certainly didn't get all my questions answered. And I'm sure some of you all that were brought up in very religious homes, which is not a negative thing all the time, can relate. But I couldn't make the excuse of not educating myself. I learned to speak to my doctor and ask questions about everything. If you guys know, I have videos about before sex and what to do and things to do for yourself after sex. I learned because I really did educate myself and I wanted to protect myself. And I really didn't want to continue or cause myself any harm or danger because of lack of knowledge. Know what you want before you start dating. And if that's not sex, then don't let somebody else throw you off your game. If you don't desire to do it, then don't do it. I learned to speak up for myself with potential suitors. I wanted to ask them, were they staying away from having sex? Were they celibate? If they were okay with somebody being celibate, and if I wasn't, I wanted to know, how do they engage? Do they go and get tested? How often? When was the last time? For what they were tested for? Have they ever tested positive for something? You know what? Before you give yourself or give your body to someone, you deserve to know the truth. Stop telling yourself, this goes back to that worth thing, right? Stop telling yourself, then I don't want to ask that because that'll scare them. Would you rather be scared right now, or would you rather be scared because some weird starts growing on your body? Let's just be real here. Stop giving people the benefit of the doubt when it comes to your life. You need to know everything about that person. And just like you should know about that person and their sexual health, you should be knowing your own so that you can report on that. And you need papers, you need documents, you need to know exactly what they say, and you should see the other person's as well. I'm just saying, I'm just big sis. That's all I know. Well, y'all, I hope today's dating video has been very fun for you guys. I love doing these talks because I feel like not enough of us are very real about it. It's cute to have the 5 ways to get the perfect date. It's cute to have the 5 ways to be the perfect girlfriend or the perfect boyfriend. But let's be real. It's so much in between that. And the dating piece is hard. It's tough. It ain't always fun. I'm just gonna be real. However, make sure that you comment, share this video with someone who can use it, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Beautiful brown baby doll. Peace. Special thanks to Jason Bowie of Trinity Media Solutions for co-producing and filming today's video. His information can be found down below in the information section. Thanks so much for all the love and support over on my new website. If you haven't already, go ahead and check it out and join me for new ways to interact with me, giveaways and prizes, weekly emails, as well as my free 8-day supernatural video course, which is free when you sign up.